Hello, hello. Testing, testing. There we go. The mic works, but many things are not working. All right, that's all I'm telling you guys today. Because guess what? Got hit with another power outage today. Light is barely working. I have it disconnected from my Wi-Fi, so I can't really control the brightness. Yes, it works like that. Stupid, but what isn't connected to Wi-Fi these days? So yeah, my camera had to be reset a little bit. The light is actually on an incredibly high setting right now, so like, excuse me if I'm just blinded by it, because it's right above the camera and it's hitting me like an artificial sun right now. But the reason you guys don't see it is because I adjusted the camera to I guess adjust for the exposure, right? If you guys want, I can show you guys what it actually feels like here. Let's see. This is what I'll show you guys what it actually feels like. This is what I'm dealing with right now, as you guys can see. If I don't adjust my camera settings, my entire face just gets blown out, right? So, of course, for the sake of you people, I have to whoa. I have to adjust it down here a little bit. Looks good. Looks good. We'll go with this one. We'll go with this one. It looks more natural. Yeah, so I'll deal with the light some other time. Every time the power outage goes, for some reason, it forgets the Wi-Fi to the house, and then everything just resets. I have to redo the light. I have to reset the camera settings. So, yeah, that's the situation with the lights. Anyways, where was I? Yes, we're talking about Mika today. We're talking a little bit about the cryo stuff. Not too much, because we already talked a ton about it in previous streams. Oh, I forgot the whole OST is still going. But yeah, today I want to talk a little bit about Mika and the community in general when it comes to talking about Mika, these new characters, niche characters, because there's always going to be people who play niche comps, right? So you can never really get a consensus with the community when it comes to stuff like, oh, Mika is this, Mika is that, or whatever. There's going to be people who say Mika's bad. There's going to be people who say Mika's good. There's going to be people who say Mika's broken, right? Believe it or not, there are people saying Mika is the best 4-star unit release, you know, in a long time, right? They're saying he's really, really good. And they're saying that, and there are people who are saying Mika is designed not for physical buffing, but for attack speed buffing, right? So they're saying like, oh, you guys got it all wrong. Mika is supposed to be used for specifically attack speed units, right? And also Shenhe was made for physical units, you know, like it's crazy that there are people who's kind of nitpicking certain aspects of his kit and then saying like, oh, we need to do this. We need to look at him from this perspective. We need to understand him from this perspective, because this is what makes Mika broken, right? So what's that all about? Because I'll be honest with you guys, Mika comes across as a character that like, even when you're thinking about it in theory, but like, okay, if he's like this or like that, and then you get a character come out like this or that, he's only good then, right? You wouldn't even say he's amazing then, because the problem with characters like Mika is he'll never have enough characters and variation to make good use of him. What I mean by that is there's not enough opportunities for him to shine. Think of Goro. Like, Goro, you wouldn't say is a broken character. Goro's a good character if he's paired with Geo units, because that's what he was designed for. Mika would only be good if you're pairing him with physical DPS that also need attack speed. Right? How many physical DPS units that rely on attack speed are currently, like physical Kaching? You know, like, if you pair Mika with physical Kaching, I think physical Kaching. That's why I said in the video, a character in the future to be designed like Zhongli or Xiangling DPS, like physical DPS, that type of playstyle. Somebody who hits fast with a spear or a sword, Claymore characters struggle to really benefit from it. Maybe a bow physical attacker like a official, right? Yeah, physical Gene. These characters can all benefit from Mika's buff, but saying Mika right now is perfect for the meta and like revitalizes some of the characters and metas. In some cases, being like, oh, it's another huge Yoimiya buff. Like maybe that's a bit far, right? Maybe that's a bit far. But this is once again, this is a thing with the Genshin space, and that is they oftentimes refuse to see it from both sides, and they kind of just tunnel in on the one thing that is like, what's that meme saying? There's 100 things, there's 99 things that says this thing is bad or it's not good, and then there's one that says it's good, and they'll just take that one. It's like, there it is, aha, I knew it, this thing was good all along, it's broken, everybody else is stupid for not believing. So you know like that's how it feels like. And you know what's a great example of this? Hazel. You guys might not believe me when I say this, but Hazel is one of the most underwhelming characters currently right now in terms of players just using him. Very few people are using Hazel. Very, very few. You guys would not believe how little people are actually playing Hazel. And this is the problem, okay? When Hazel first came out, do you guys remember how big the craze was? Do you guys even remember when Hazel first came out? Like how many people were like, oh, this is my guy. Like, oh my goodness, I am going to main the crap out of Hazel. He is so much fun. He is like a never before seen a Nemo character. Like, and he like reinvents the Nemo category and what a Nemo and on-field DPSs can be. He gives like people who wanted to play a brawler, like a punch bag boxer kind of feel, players, those kind of players were like, oh my goodness, I found my safe haven. And fast forward like a month, what happened? Where's Hazel? Where are all those Hazel mains? What happened to the people who were like, oh, I'm a diehard Hazel fan? Nobody's talking about him. Even less are playing him. Because believe it or not, there's more people talking about him than people playing him. People probably still make fan art for him. People probably cosplay as him. But when it comes to actually playing the game and using him, Hazel is like pretty much non-existent. The people who are still sitting here being like, oh yeah, but Hazel, like, you know, is really actually really good. I still play Hazel, blah blah blah. Like, just let me remind you, you are like the 0.5 or 0.8% of people who still play that character. Like the amount of people playing Hazel right now is similar to the amount of people playing Amber. Okay? People say he's fun, yet people don't want to really play him. Now, one thing I'll give it to those people is likely they don't have him at a high enough constellation, and when he first came out it was kind of like something refreshing, something new, but people got bored of him really quickly, right? But that's just the honest truth, is that people got bored of him quick and they moved on, right? So then let's talk about Mika from this Hazel perspective. What's to say that people aren't just gonna move on from Mika craze? Well, like, and of course, you guys might be wondering, Walrus, why are you even so focused on talking about Mika? Is because the amount of copium every time this character comes around, and in a way, you're not polling for Mika. I understand when you're polling for these banners, you're usually polling for Ayaka, you're usually polling for Shinhe. But I just want to warn people and caution you guys that, let's say if you're on the edge, you're saying like, should I do it? Should I not do it? I really want a C0 Shinhe or a C0 Ayaka, right? Whichever the case, and you're in your head, you're kind of off balance. You're like, which one? Like, should I do it or should I not? And you just need that little bit of convincing to go over the edge. And then, like, when you go and scour the internet, and you already want to find something that lets you pull for this banner, right? And then you see this comment, or you see these comments saying like, oh, Mika is so good, like Mika is actually game changing. Oh, Mika is a huge buff to Yoimiya, or Mika is a huge buff to like attack speed units. Oh, Mika is going to be revolutionary. Oh, pull Mika now or regret it later. Right? You see these kind of copium going around because they always do during these times. Always. They're always like people being like, oh my goodness, like I got my Hazel at C0 and he's even better than like my Bennett. Oh my goodness, like Hazel's gonna replace Bennett in the new meta when attack speed comes. Like just you wait. The amount of copium some of these people are smoking is just not healthy, man. So what I'm telling you guys is, if you are on the edge and you're thinking, oh, like maybe I should pull, like since Mika's such a good unit, right? Or Mika's so future proof. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fall for it, please. I'm begging you. There's a time and place, okay? And I told you this in my video. For those who didn't watch my video, the best time to pull Mika is on his rerun, when he reruns with the 5-star character that he was designed for. Okay? I'll say this once again. Pull Mika, if you really want Mika, pull him on the rerun when he's paired with the 5-star physical attack speed DPS that he was designed for. Because Mika doesn't exist really right now for any specific 5-star. Some people might be copium and be like, oh yeah, like, but I pair him with my Yoimiya and it's such a huge gains. Like okay, so you're dropping who? Yelan from your Yoimiya team? Zhongli from your Yoimiya team? Who are you dropping from your Yoimiya team? Are you dropping what's her name? The Peking Opera gal, Yunjin, yeah. You're dropping Yunjin from your team? Who are you dropping? Who are people replacing in Yoimiya's team to slide in Mika and say it's a bonus? There's no freaking way you're getting rid of Yelan. No freaking way. You're not getting rid of Zhongli, are you? You're gonna swap out Zhongli for Mika? Or you're gonna swap out Yunjin for Mika? Come on now. You're gonna get rid of Geo Resonance and Yunjin for Mika? Excuse me, like in what universe is then Mika a huge Yoimiya buff? Where does this even come from? Right, so unless I'm missing something, like even a C6, in my opinion, even a C6 Mika going into the Yoimiya team, if you replace any one of these characters, is only gonna make your life harder. Drip Scarlet, like, you made it up. Just go look at my last Mika video. Bro, listen, just go, like, just quickly open it up. You can mute the video, scroll down and take a quick read. And you tell me, right? And this is just my community, Drip. You think my community is like large? My community actually represents maybe like less than 5% of the entirety of Genshin. Maybe even less than 3% of the Genshin community. And that's only the online ones. And we already have this amount of copium. This amount of copium. Yeah, less than 1%, I'll even say, like, of the online Genshin community. It's just, it is the copium. I wouldn't even say we're the copium community. We are quite level-headed for the most part, but god damn, it's like some of these people, man, they're unhinged, I swear. Or here's another theory, is that they're on purposely feeding into the copium, right? They're on purposely being like, oh, like what if I just, you know, take a quick sip over here, take a quick nib over there. Oh yes, that's good stuff. What if? Who knows? Who's to say? Maybe we're the crazy ones for not seeing Mika's potential. But I'm telling you, if a character like Hazel, and I'm being honest here, like there's really nothing wrong with Hazel. Does he do good enough damage? Yeah, he does. Does he offer you great comps? Yes, he does. He's a great driver. He has decent scaling. His constellations are fine. He has good free-to-play weapons. Right? Like, what's wrong with Hazel? Apart from the fact that he's not a 5-star. If you gave Hazel a 5-star scaling, right, with 5-star constellations and a 5-star weapon to pair, I think Hazel would be better than Scaramouche. Oh my goodness, I said it. I said it. If Hazel were a 5-star with that specific kit developed into a 5-star character, Hazel would be better than Scaramouche. Type 1 in chat if you agree, type 2 if you disagree. Like, if Scaramouche's kit was just Hazel, but like 5-star, like close combat, like for example, you can punch people away and then you can suck them back with the Nemo and punch them in the face again. How cool would that be? You're just like playing like a Nemo yo-yo with Scaramouche, right? And all the enemies in front of you are cone. You just suck them in like Shinda Tensei and just fucking grab them in, and then you pummel the crap out of them as a 5-star. How much cooler would that have been? That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with Hazel's kit. Hazel's kit is amazing. His burst skill is simplistic, cool, stylish, and actually have like good synergistic qualities to it. The only downfall of Hazel is, number one, he is not developed in the lore. There's little story, there's little hype around him. We don't know him. He just kind of popped out of nowhere. People kind of Craigasm over his side abs a little bit, and then we moved on. But apart from that, like, yeah, I'll agree. He was incredibly fun when he came out, and he was something new, refreshing, and he changed things up. Right, especially during an era where vaporize and like stuff like that were prevalent. I don't even remember when he came out. Did he come out after Sumeru? No, right? Like before? Yeah, but like regardless, he kind of made the mundane a little less boring, right? But why don't people play him? What's wrong with him? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with him. It's just he's a 4-star. And he's not that cool. Right? Tech the Virus is asking, Walrus, what is Hazel ownership rate though? That affects his usage rate. Well, you know what? That's a good question. Let's take a look at Hazel's ownage rate, because this is going to be important for people to contextualize this. I'm going to look at the most newest Abyss. Oh yeah, he's at the bottom again. Let me just list off all the characters that are at the way bottom, like 0.1% usage. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 characters that have 0.1% usage rate. Lisa. What's this? Candice. That's right, Candice. Aloy, Dory, Amber. What's her name? Is this Lily Pichu? Jinyan, Razor, Hazo. Hey, get this, people, get this. You guys want to hear Hazo's, and I'll tell you guys their ownership rates. All right, listen to this. Now that you guys, I'm gonna reread the list and I'll tell you the ownership percent. And this is out of 120,627 people. All right, this Abyss database has 120,000 people participating in it, and out of 120,000 people, the ownership rate for Lisa is 100% for Lisa. No duh, obviously. The ownership for Candice is 72.1%. Out of 120,627, 86,927 owns Candice. Aloy is 54.9%. Only 66,277 people own Aloy. Dory is 98.1%. 118,333 people own Dory. Still 0.1%. 153 people use Dory. Kudos to them. Out of Amber is 100%, 76 people used Amber. Sayu, Lily Pichu, 97.4% ownage rate, 137 people used her, 0.1%. Jinyan, 97.4% ownage rate, 26 people used Jinyan. We have our boy Razor with 98.1% ownage rate, 118,369 people owns this character. Out of all of that, 84 people used Razor. Okay, and finally, drum roll please for our boy Hazo. 93.5% ownage rate, 112,780 people owns this character. That's right, you heard me right. You guys probably thought maybe like 50-60% people own Hazo. 93.5% of the people who participated in this Abyss owns Hazo, or at least have a C0 copy. It doesn't show me what constellation. They at least own one copy of Hazo. And 108 people used them. Okay? So, yeah. And you guys tell me what's wrong with Hazel. I honestly think out of all the characters I listed, Lisa, Candace, Aloy, Dory, Amber, Sayu, Jinyan, Razor, Hazel. Hazel's is the least, like Hazel is the least problematic character out of these bunch. Out of these 9 characters, Hazel is the least problematic one. Agree or disagree? Type 1 if you agree, type 2 if you disagree. And if you type 2, who's worse than Hazel in this group? Lisa, Candace, Aloy, Dory, Amber, Sayu, Jinyan? I mean, who's better? That like not who's worse. Who's better? Who's better than Hazel? And of course, Razor is the last one. So I'll list it again if you guys disagree. Lisa, Candace, Aloy, Dory, Amber, Sayu, Jinyan, Razor, Hazel. Right? Out of these characters, who's better than Hazel? I think Hazel is like, honestly, when it comes to playstyle and just general competence of the character, I think Hazel is like, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's what's her name, Kuki Shinobu or anything like that, but I think he at least is like around Sucrose, maybe a little worse, but like around there. And Sucrose, oh my god, you guys wouldn't believe where Sucrose is sitting. Okay, chat, take a wild guess. What's the percentage of usage for Sucrose? Take a wild guess. What's the percentage? Just type a random number. From 1 to 100. I'll give you a hint. She is not below 1%. Okay? From 1 to 100. Let's hear what's the percentage for Sucrose use rate. So I see people say 69. Lamau, very good. Neela, very cultured. Let's take a look. 46, 17, 10, 5%, 3%, 69%, 2%, 20. You guys are giving her a lot of credit. 93%. My goodness. 29, 5. I love how there's people who are saying like 5%, and there's also people saying 90%. There's people saying 4, 4.9, 5. Okay. The answer is 3%. 3% of the players in this current Abyss, out of 120,000 people, only 3% of them are using Sucrose. Right? What does this mean? This just means that Kazuha is too freaking broken, man. Like, do something, Hoyoverse. Do something. The problem is that 75.3% of the people who runs this Abyss owns Kazuha. And out of the 75.3% who owns him, 71.1% is using him. 90,794 people owns Kazuha out of the 120,000. And out of the 90,000, 64,593 are using him. Says a lot. he's one of the 6 characters that are ranked in S+, meaning above 70% usage is considered S+. There's only 6 characters that have 70% and above usage for this abyss. You know what, chat? Let's play a game. Who do you think these characters are? Who are the 6? The remaining 5 characters. I'll give you guys Bennett. Okay, I'll give you guys Bennett. What's the other 4? There's 4 more characters that have 70% above usage rate for this particular Spiral Abyss for CN. Let's see it. Okay, so people saying Ayaka. Nope, not Ayaka. People say Nahida. That's correct. Nahida's one of them. Kokomi. Nope, unfortunately, Kokomi is not above 70%. We got Nahida, Zhongli. Nope, Zhongli. Surprise, surprise. Zhongli is not, I repeat, above 70%. Some people say Xiangling. Unfortunately, Xiangling did not make it. She's 69.8%. Can't make this shit up, people. Kazuha, yep, is Yelan. Correct. Yelan is one of the characters. So we have Bennett, Nahida, Yelan, and Kazuha. There's 2 more. Who are the Raiden Shogun? That's correct. Raiden Shogun is one of them. Who is the last one? Let's see. Xingqiu. That's right. So Xingqiu. So here are the top 6 characters that are being used in the current Spiral Abyss. Bennett, 87.4%. Nahida, 82.1%. Yelan, 79.9%. Raiden Shogun, 73.9%. Xingqiu, 71.5%, and of course Kazuha, 71.1%. These are considered the top characters to use in this iteration of the Abyss, and people who likely 36-star the Abyss have at least one, if not more, of these characters in their rosters. Right? Type 1 in chat if you cleared the Spiral Abyss 36 stars this time without using any one of these 6. This is not, I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying I'm actually interested. If you didn't use any of these 6 to 36 star the Abyss, type 1 in chat. If you used one of these to clear 36 star this Abyss, type 2. 36 star, okay? 36 star. Because we're talking about full clear, because this metric is actually very like meta driven, right? It's incredibly meta driven. I'm just trying to gauge, you know, like how much we're leaning into meta here. And I would expect most people used at least one of these characters. It just comes to show having these characters built up as a core component in your rosters is very, very important if you want to have consistency. When I say consistency in the Spiral Abyss, it really shows with these 6 characters. Meaning, if you build them up, you can pretty much never pull for a new character for like the remainder of, I don't know, Genshin's existence, and you will be fine-ish. Okay, you might not 36 star every single Abyss, but I'm sure you're not going to struggle too much to clear the Abyss ever again. Okay, so Onyx, Darkfire, I'm just choosing one person at random. I'm curious. Onyx, what team did you use to clear the Spiral Abyss 36 stars this time round? Just out of curiosity, I'm not calling you out. I'm just curious if you're able to share the team comp you use with us, and maybe other people who are in chat can take that as inspiration, or they're also having something similar and be like, okay, I want to build something similar to that. I'm just picking one person because we can kind of take that and showcase it. And who knows if they're a Giga Whale, it's like I use C6R5, you know, Ganyu on one side and C6R5 or C12 Ayaka Shenhe on the other side. Onyx says I can't remember. That's okay. That's fine. What about the Sangalanga? I hope the person I choose is free to play friendly, or like a low spender. Like maybe they got a couple 5 stars here, right? Like I mean, a traditional Hu Tao vape team with Albedo. Oh crap! No, you can't run Hu Tao. You can't run. You can only run Freeze, and you can run Geo. Like if you ran Ito, you can probably do it. Eula, Raiden, Bennett, Zhongli. Yeah, but Raiden, Bennett are both one of the 6 that we mentioned. Because the question is, did anybody in chat clear the Abyss 36 star this Abyss without using Bennett, Nahida, Yalan, Raiden, Xingqiu, and Kazuha in any of their team comps? Did anybody... Birdie says I did. Okay. Birdie, what team did you use? Because we're curious. I would assume the next best thing to fall back on are some of the currently well-established mono teams, like Mono Cryo or Mono Geo. These teams can still be well utilized, and they usually come in pretty clutch in for people who don't have a lot of the meta stuff built up. I heard Enviosity even struggled to 36 star the Abyss with his complete free-to-play team. I don't know if he managed to do it. Does anybody in chat know? Did Envy end up clearing 36 stars with his free-to-play team? Or this time round it was just not possible? Or he stayed on 35. I mean, 35 is pretty impressive, man. We gotta give it to the guy. 35 stars is fine. Like, he's 35 with the OG 8. That's right. The guy's not even using like pure free-to-play stuff. He's using like he's using the first like 8 4-stars or something like that, some crazy stuff like that, and plus the MC or something. And he always tries to like 36 star the Abyss. Okay, chat. For out of the people who watched it, do you think it's possible, or do you think he reached like what's humanly capable to in terms of the run? Was there room for improvement? Could he have done it if he sat there for like 2 days grinding it? Maybe, right? I'm guessing the margins can't be that thin. The stream took 10 hours. Okay. Okay. Okay, his time. But he was missing 1 star. Was it like a minute off or something? It's the Wii Nut, isn't it? It's the frickin' Wii Nut. I'm guessing it's the 3rd chamber. I'm guessing. Yeah, the frickin' Wii Nut. God damn it. That thing is that thing is a spawn of the devil, I'm telling you guys. I used what's the team I used? Hold up. I used oh shit, what did I use? I 36 started with relative ease. This one actually was, oh yeah, this Al-Haytham team minus Zhongli put in Kokomi. And this team, Hu Tao double Hydro with Zhongli plus Al-Haytham minus Raiden put in Kokomi. Al-Haytham team was first half. No. Hu Tao's team was first half. Al-Haytham's team was second half. I remember now. And it was a pretty easy clear. Honest to God. I think I mentioned this. I died once. I had to retry once because I think my Hu Tao died during the double cryo lava trolls because I forgot to reshield and she just kept dashing and she dashed into those like icicle things that they drop on the ground and she died and I lost like 30 seconds because my DPS was dead. So I had to restart that. But apart from that, I just needed to shield properly. Took me like 15-20 minutes max to 36 star, maybe even less than 15 minutes. I don't remember. I actually have the recording here. But what I noticed mostly for this Abyss is that it's quite a big DPS check and a small mechanic check. There's very little like crazy mechanics to play around with. For example, right, like certain mechanics of the last Abyss was, remember that freaking triangle that goes invisible, and then you gotta go proc it with some sort of reactions or something like that. I don't remember what reactions you have to use. To be honest, till now I still don't know what the hell you gotta do to make it come back. I just go up to the invisible thing and just slap it with Raiden's electricity, and then slap it with some Dendro, and then just hope that it comes out. But like, that's what I call like a mechanics check. Certain things, and also the ruin things that flies in the sky, and you gotta like shoot it with the bow character, shoot it on its vitals to make them drop down so you can do DPS to it. Stuff like that are more mechanic heavy, more mechanic. Like, it doesn't matter how much DPS you have, you're gonna struggle killing them unless you have like a C6 Yoimiya or something like that, right? For most free-to-play players, you have to play around the mechanic or else you're not beating it. And the mechanic is shoot the freaking thing down so you can kill it with your DPS, right? This Abyss is just kill it, all right? It's gonna come down. You don't have to do much. You have to apply like some sort of reaction to when it flies, hovers in the air. The wee nut, when it flies in the air, proc it, make it fall down, and kill it as fast as humanly possible. Right? The Golden Wolf Lord is another mechanics check. Right? If you don't bring any Geo in there, you're just gonna have a bad time. Right? That's what I call mechanics. Golden Wolf Lord is like a hybrid between mechanics check and DPS check. You need to have good enough DPS, and you gotta have some sort of Geo on your team to break his little wolf things, or you can just raw DPS check it and just clear it pure DPS before it even gets to go into that phase. You can kill it. The Wee Nut, good luck with that. All right. Okay. Type 1 in chat if you guys think the Golden Wolf Lord is worse, or type 2 in chat if you think Wee Nut is worse. 1 for Wolf Lord, 2 for Wee Nut. Let's take a look. I'm seeing more twos. People hate Wee Nut. people hate the Wee Nut. And I think I know why. I know why. It's because y'all can't freaking one-shot it like you do with the Golden Wolf Lord. If you stack enough DPS, like if you build a team that's like just pure DPS, you can actually one-shot the Wolf Lord before he even... And free-to-plays can do it. I saw like C0... I saw C0 Al-Haytham, C0 Nahida teams with Kuki Shinobu one-shot the Wolf Lord with a free-to-play weapon. I don't like... It's on YouTube. You guys can see it. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. Like, it popped up in my feed and I was like, God damn, like, holy shit. Okay, then. It's doable. You gotta have good enough artifacts. Your Kuki has to be pretty cracked, albeit. I forgot who the last character was. But yeah, they one-shot the Wolf Lord. Try doing that with the Wee Nut. Wolf Lord, Ruined Serpent, and Wee Nut are the worst thing in Abyss. Yeah, like, and this is before they put in weekly bosses. Can you guys imagine a level 100 or a level 120 freaking whatchamacallit, Ajdaha in here? Or a level 120 Raiden Shogun? Hey, ever felt like you wanted to fight a level 120 Scaramouche weekly boss in the Sparrow Abyss? You're gonna spend 10 minutes just in that one fight. If like this is the problem though. Like, I bet a lot of players would want that with the amount of artifacts they've grinded, especially people who've invested vertically. Be like, okay, I got my C2 Raiden or whatever. I bet some of them are like secretly hoping Hoyoverse puts just more crazy stuff into the Sparrow Abyss. But can you guys imagine the absolute destruction that those bosses are gonna cause to the free-to-plays or like the newer players? But then again, you can also make the argument saying like, well, Abyss and Genshin is supposed to feel like a progression, right? So what if you can't beat the Sparrow Abyss when you first enter it? That's the whole point. Who the hell actually cleared the Sparrow Abyss on their first try without any guide or assistance, right? Most people took a couple tries. Some took many more than others. It also depends on RNG, right? But that's the fun of the game. That's the whole point. Like, then what the hell is the point of grinding? People would say. Not my words. I'm just paraphrasing, right? Don't shoot me. Shoot them. And by them, I mean them. Thing is, the primo gems are too little. What I've come to realize is, people trust me, I play like so many different gacha games. What I come to realize is Genshin's 5-star, like Genshin's limited characters are much more, how should I put this? Valuable, right? I know I thought for like 5 seconds and you guys like, oh my god, he's gonna say something mind-bending, and then I come up with the word valuable. But it's true. One limited character in Genshin, like 5-star limited, or you can call it SSR or whatever the hell you guys want, like the really good premium characters. One of them in Genshin Impact is equivalent oftentimes to like the value of 2 to 3 in other games. Sometimes other games, sure, it's easier to get these characters, but they have more requirements to leveling them up. Oh, you gotta also pull for like 3 dupes or something like that to actually have them be somewhat useful, or some other kind of BS things you gotta do for them. Oh, they gotta be awakened after you get like 7 different copies of them, and then after they awaken, you gotta get more copies of them to get them ascended, and that you get what I mean, right? And then those characters are like, they have PvP in that game. So then like if you just get 1 copy, you go try to fight people, they're gonna freaking just clap your booty cheeks. Genshin Impact, you get 1 character, get them at C0, you even play them with free-to-play weapons, you're fine. They're actually pretty damn good for the most part. There are some outliers, dear, Venti, but apart from those few outliers, generally these 5-stars are of quality, and as long as you're willing to build a team, a proper team around them, they will serve you very well. That cannot be said for most gacha games that I played, and now you guys might be saying, Walrus, sounds like you play some shitty gacha games. I'm not gonna neither confirm nor deny that. All I'm saying is, the vast majority of gacha games out there are far more predatory than you think. While Genshin, yes, is predatory, and Genshin employs some of the most disgusting, manipulative, corporate BS psychological attacks on us, they deliver a good enough product to justify demanding that. And I'll be honest, getting 1 limited character in Genshin every, what, like 2 patches or 3 patches? If you're lucky, 2 patches. If you're unlucky, maybe 3 patches of saving. It's actually surprisingly worth it. I mean, look at the patch we're in right now. You are not going to sit here and convince me that somebody who is legitimately meta-driven right now should be pulling on these characters. You just cannot. It's just not a smart move, okay? So, I'll say this again. Genshin has good enough quality in their characters to justify, and people might again be like, Walrus, you're bootlicking again, stop, ew, Hoyoverse's boots are filled with like shit and piss stains, why are you licking it? Hey, at least I'm licking $1 billion boot. What the hell am I talking about? Okay. Twin Diva says, War, do you use Twitch? I have a Twitch, but I don't use it. I could use Restream or something and stream on Twitch, but what I've noticed is that the chats are actually separate. So people on YouTube, like for example, you guys, you won't get to interact with the peeps from Twitch streams chats, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of cross-pollinating your communities, if you guys know. Of course, YouTube is on top. You know, YouTube's the top dog. Twitch is definitely playing bottom fiddle to you guys. You guys will always be top dog in my hearts, right? Don't worry. Even if, you know, you guys have to cross-pollinate, you guys will remain on top, all right? Unless you guys want to be on bottom, which I'm not judging. I'm just saying we can have preferences here, okay? Dicer YT says, hi daddy Walrus, long time no see, mate. Long time no see. Welcome. Tech the Virus said, if someone tells me Dia is worth $200 for C0, they need to get some help, bro. They need to be institutionalized. I think we need to get them help. Hey, forget them getting help. We need to make the call for them. We need to sign the papers. We need to like maybe get their insurance hooked up, or maybe get them like match their freaking pension plans and get them institutionalized immediately. All right, they need help. This is like watching a friend, you know, lose himself into alcoholism. That's too much copium. All right, that amount of copium will kill somebody. So, you know, it's your duty as a rightful citizen to reach out a helping hand for these people. All right, you guys can't be sitting idly and be like, oh, this person thinks spending $200 on a C0 dia is worth and actually valuable, and other people should do it. Oh, wow, what a sound take. And you know, they are entitled to their own beliefs. You know, it's just like when somebody says, wow, golly, you know, it's 5 a.m. in the morning, time to drink my 7th bottle of vodka. If they're your friend, I consider getting them some professional help. The only character I will ever wail for is Dane. You know, it's funny you say that, because I remember a very specific group of people called what were they called again? Yes, that's right. Senora mains. Do you guys remember them? Hey, I know a couple of them still, you know, holding onto their Senora body pillows, weeping every now and then. If you bring up her name, it is the name that we shall not whisper, even in the darkest of timelines. They still are holding on to that blanket, believing, being like, you know, they're gonna bring her back, right? They're gonna bring her back. You know, La Senora is not dead, right? Her body is. Why did they preserve her body in ice if, you know, if she was dead, right? Why would they preserve her body, Walrus? Walrus, explain to me this, right? Shouldn't they burn it, right? Like she's pyro. Like why would they preserve her body? Of course, it's to resurrect her, because you know, Shania Queen is gonna revive her with some voodoo magic, and like she got the cryo healer buffer and all that. Dude, these people are starting to lose their goddamn minds. I'm telling you, it is pitiful. Every time I converse with them, I'm just like, you know what? You're right. That makes a lot of sense. Why would they freeze her body? Right? It makes a lot more sense to burn her, right? And then you remember, her body was vaporized by Raiden Shogun. What they entombed in the video was just ceremonial. Okay, don't tell this to the Senora mains. Okay, this is between you and me. Don't tell this to them. But I think, do you guys know, when you receive so much shock and pain, you can actually selectively erase part of your memories, right? So maybe when that scene came up and like Senora just completely got eviscerated, atomized, like boom, snap finger, gone, reduced to atoms, quote, Thanos. They were in so much shock in that very moment that later down the line, they actively chose to erase that from their memory and be like, well then, nice of Raiden to deliver Senora's body back to Shiznaya. Like, she handed over Senora's body so they can entomb it in ice. Wow. What a shogun. I swear, their memory, like, whenever... Have you guys ever tried to talk to a legitimate Senora main? I'm not even making fun of them. I'm very respectful when I talk to them through DMs, and they're like, you know, Walrus, I have a theory, right? You know, I honestly think Senora's not dead. Her body is being preserved. And the guy just goes on for paragraphs. And I'm just like, yes. Yes, of course. I can't bring myself to say it to him. And this is like months, like over a year ago. I remember, like, after it happened, like a month later, the guy came, and I was like, yes, of course. But I wanted to ask him, like, you do realize, like, did you watch the cutscene where, you know, like, she went up in flames or something like that, and her body just disappeared? Did you play through that? Do you remember that? I wanted to ask that, but I like, the human side of me couldn't bring myself, because the dude was like typing up a storm. So, and I know this is a very roundabout way to talk about Dainsleif, but I'm telling you guys right now, don't hold your breath, right? Really don't hold your breath for Dainsleif because he may or may not end up being a playable character. Just saying. Moonlight says, Walrus Discord. Let me check Discord. All right, let's see. Moonlight sent me. Oh, you want me to roll Ayaka for you? Like right now? You want me to roll right now for Ayaka for you? Are you sure about that? That's the when you give away, can't wait for another giveaway video. Well, the thing is, my giveaways have always been like other people sponsor giveaways and I just give them to you guys, right? Like when big people, like big donations come in, oftentimes I just give it to you guys. Because honestly, you guys probably could use it better than me, right? My Genshin account is pretty cracked out and I really have no plans to C6R5 everything. But that's how my giveaways are usually scheduled. So like it's basically like sponsorships. Think about it like that. Okay, Moonlight, shoot me your account info. Chat, we're gonna summon live for Ayaka. Very cool, very stylish. Look at that. Ping. Let me... Okay. We're going to be summoning for Ayaka. Wish us luck. This is gonna be interesting because I actually haven't summoned in a very long time. Like the last time I summoned was for Alhaitham. So it's been a while. I remember you're in Europe or Asia. Europe? Asia? Was it Europe or Asia? I think it's Asia. I remember it's Asia. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're slowly moving in here. Let's see what pity we're working with. Oh, 70 days of Welkin. Don't mind if I do. Ayaka, you said, right? Is it guaranteed? Oh, it is guaranteed. So there's no need to even rip, I guess. Were you summoning for Yalan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ouch. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no. Ouch, that is almost hard pity straight. Oh my god. Oh, I rolled it. Oh, did I now? Oh. Is that is that so? So we are what? We are 50 pulls in, right? This is 50 pulls. 2, 3, 4. We're like 50, 51, 52. Okay. The trauma affected walrus and forgot. Oh, brother. You know, now that you mention it, I remember. All in? How many Ayakas do you want? So you have Shenhe. That must be crazy because I can't see Ayaka. Oh, here. Okay, if you get Ayaka, then you have Ayaka freeze. I see, I see. Okay, let's do it. All in? So you're saying use all of it? Okay. Say less. 62? Nope. Okay. Cool. 72. You said all in, right? She should come home here. She should be the fourth one. $82. Okay, 83, 83, 83. She came home on 83. Okay. We have 20 pulls. Are you sure you want to go for 20 pulls? All right. She said go. Bro, that's... Why so many weapons? Can we get another Mika? C2 Mika, okay. I was like, can we get another Mika? I was like, sure thing, buddy. Okay. Cool. Nice. Good to know. Nice. One of the worst was hey, not according to some of the people who were commenting on my other videos. Like, oh, bro, Walrus, you have no idea what Mika's capable of. Don't shit on Mika. You shit on Mika, I'm gonna freaking find your address. I'm gonna come to your place and shit on you. Like, okay. I was just saying, like, it's not his time yet, right? Like, why people gotta feel like me saying Mika like hasn't reached his potential because there currently lacks characters that suit him well. And then they hear is like Mika's the worst character alive. Buy from shop. Oh, you're really trying to go all in now. Oh my goodness. This one? Like all of it? What about this one? Oh, you already bought that? This one, all of it? Okay. Let's see here. This is 21. 22. 23. 24. And here's the second last one because you still have some gems. 25. Okay, last pull. Oh, no. That was the last pull. That was the 25th pull. Unlucky, but yeah, there's no buts. There's literally no saving this because due daily. Let's see if it's even a daily I know how to do. Because I hate it when and who's to say the dailies aren't already done? Oh no. Oh, it's the Mondstadt dailies. I can do those. I do Mondstadt dailies all the freaking time. Try her skin. We got Ayaka. Honestly, this makes her look a little more goofy. Is her fan different? Her fan looks the same. Am I crazy? Did her fan get a skin as well? It's the same. Cool. I don't know. It makes her look a little... I don't know. Looks a little funky to me. Anyways, let's do this commission and do our last poll. This is a very interesting team. Huh. Is this enough? I think we need 160, so 2 more. Two more commissions and we can do one more single poll. Now the question is, are we gonna get it? Is it gonna be a 5-star? Okay, that's that. I'm not gonna pick this up because I like littering. I'm kidding. I am gonna pick it up. Of course I'm gonna pick it up. Because if I don't, people are in track about Walrus! Pick it up, man! Pick it up! There you go. Everything's picked up. I'm gonna go to the last one. However, is having a hard on for outfits that have same color palette as the default ones and somehow need to be story canon as well. I think Hoyoverse is taking this a little too seriously. I mean, I'm sure some people really enjoy this aspect of them, be like, oh yes, everything is lore accurate. Ayaka is you know, behaving and oh wait a minute, this is the place we needed to be. No, don't hit me. But in my opinion, sometimes you can just let the fantasies run a little more wild than they need to be, because you know, we are kind of playing a video game, right? Like we shouldn't really just be all focused on lore accuracy and stuff and whatnot. Okay, I think we got enough. Okay. We're gonna summon right here. The last single pull. Worth it. Anyways, we're gonna go farm some artifacts now. It's time to go farm some artifacts, right, people? You guys love it when we go artifact farming. Let's see what artifacts we're gonna get today. No! I pressed login to my Asia account. I feel like Hoyoverse can be a little more expressive with their skins. Can be a little more expressive. Let the artist draw in more fantasy aspects to them, right? Maybe some can be more whimsical. It doesn't have to be like freaking cyborg Ayaka, for God's sakes, but you know, you can imagine what if Ayaka was like a snow fairy or something like that. I'm sure that would be pretty cute, right? What if Ayaka was an adepti or something like that with like celestial powers, right? Or what if Ayaka, was a frost maiden or something like that. I don't know. I'm just coming up with random stuff, but it looks something that's not like she's a rich Ojo-sama kind of vibe. And then you can charge us like $49.99 for the skin and maybe throw in some condensed resin while you're at it or something like that, and have people and watch people just all over the skins. Walrus, did you sign up for the Wuthering Wave beta test? Yes, I did. If any of you guys get into the Wuthering Waves beta test, I would love to be able to make some content with the account, because that game actually does look very promising. Is it gonna be like Genshin level? No, I don't think so. I think Wuthering Waves is gonna have their own little community, and it's not gonna be as big as Genshin. But I think that game is going to be more niche, because it looks harder to play that game. It does feel like it has a lot to offer though. They're trying to keep the skins close to the character's original silhouette, and I find that annoying. Yeah, like in many aspects, it means that they're kind of boxed into they're married to the idea of this character can only dress like this, right? When you have like all these possible, alternative dimensions out there where Ayaka is actually a schoolgirl in Japan. You don't get to ever explore that possibility and fantasy. Part of what makes a game like Genshin Impact so vivid and alive is the fanfic. I know it, like, when it leaves my mouth, it sounds kind of like a meme, be like, oh, the fanfic. But like, you guys wouldn't believe how hard fanfiction carries a lot of these franchises. Even long before like their glory days, sometimes the fanfics are still going strong. You guys wouldn't believe how important this stuff is. Let people's fantasies come true, and you'll make more money than in your wildest dreams if you can fulfill that like fantasy. Oh my goodness. Speaking of fantasies, can I just get one good piece artifact today? Food panda Ayaka. Yeah, like what if Ayaka was an obese panda bear? You gotta let people dream a little. It's sad when the IRL collabs have characters in cool outfits but no in-game skin. Yeah, like Hoyoverse keep talking about the integrity of their universe and stuff. Yeah, like you see D-Look serving KFC chicken to people over the counter. What's up with that, right? You see Noelle working at KFC. All of a sudden, doesn't feel very real now, does it? Yeah, Amber on Pizza Hut. KFC is canon. Yeah. What if Hu Tao is a pyramid door-to-door scammer? If Hu Tao came to my door to try to sell me a casket, I would ask her, does it come in ash gray? That's all I care about. I couldn't care less about what she's trying to sell me. The fact that she's here knocking on my door, hey, sign me up. You know what? I'll take two. Mm-hmm. 7-Eleven Hu Tao. Oh my goodness, these artifacts are these artifacts are not dreamy, to say the least. Today's video topic is gonna be Genshin Copium. Okay, we're gonna be using Hazel and Mika as examples to make a point, because a lot of the times people don't understand it when I say, be like, okay, you know, like, sure, you're excited right now because they're new, and oftentimes they'll offer some sort of uniqueness to them that makes it feel like they're worth it, but you know, it's not. It's really not supposed. Oh, that's almost good. If this flat attack was crit rate, this would be really good. Mika getting a lot of hate. Well, this is the interesting phenomenon. When you say good things about him, people will come in and say bad things. When you say bad things about him, people will come and say good things. It's almost like most people, like, they can't really accept either or of the extreme. I don't know if it's the same group of people, like being like, oh, if people are talking bad about Mika, they feel like they need to protect Mika, right? Like, they always want to fight for the underdog, meaning if Mika is being shit on, they want to defend him. If Mika is being praised, they want to bring him down more to reality. So what ends up happening is they always argue the opposite point that you make. If you say Mika is good, they'll say that he's bad. If you say Mika is bad, they'll say he's good, because they're always trying to do this tug of war balance with you. Mika is kind of mid from what I can tell, says Wake Up Universe. Not sure I can say he sucks because I haven't tried him, but Bennett exists and basically does the same thing. But here's the thing, right? Like, right now, people can't even make up their mind when it comes to whether Mika is an attack speed buffer or a physical damage buffer. Like, realistically, there should be a clear distinction. My point here is that if you want to truly fully utilize Mika, you need to somehow utilize both aspects of his kit, meaning you need a physical DPS character who can also rely on attack speed. Now, is there a single character in the game that right now purely scales off of attack speed? I don't think so, unless I'm crazy. But I don't think there's a single character in the game right now that says gain more damage according to your attack speed, right? So the aspect when it comes to Mika's attack speed, oftentimes it's like a secondary feature that people use and leverage that, be like, oh, you know, I can play with my Yoimiya, I can play with my, you know, physical Xiangling, right? They start making these oh, thought my sticky keys popped up. They start making these justifications and saying like, oh, you know, I'm like my Mika is being built for true carry potential. I think I messed up my rotation. But like, I'm not really saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that they are skewing the truth far more than it needs to be. I don't think there's anything wrong in saying, you know, Mika has value to him through niche uses, and he will age in due time, right? Like, maybe in 3 to 5 years, Mika will age very well. Age like Kokomi, probably not, but age, nor is he going to age like Kuki Shinobu, in my honest opinion. He just doesn't cover enough versatility to age in that manner, right? But what's a character that maybe age like Toma? Huh? Right? Is that fair? We can all agree that Toma wasn't the hottest commodity when he first came out in terms of usage rate. But I think Toma, after how long has it been? A year or so? Oh, this was almost good. Toma did become decent after Dendro. Yeah, like my point is, give as much time as we did for Toma, and Mika's glow up would likely be similar to Toma. Be like, oh, look, here's a use for him. And that's fine. Like, we don't need every character to be like Kuki Shinobu type of glow up. And it's important. Later in the video, I'll tell you guys why. Like, we can't keep wanting characters to have that level of influence in the game. And there's a specific reason for it. I'm gonna use some modern day examples for it as well. Doo-doo. Give me the hell. Okay, last one. Last one. I promise. Last one. Last run. I swear I'm not addicted. Man, I even saved all of this for stream. Why is it not? What happened to streamer luck? What happened to streamer luck, huh? Boom. Come on. Give me something good. Give me 4. Give me 4, please. Please. I'm not skipping it this time. Okay, one more. I swear. This is the last one. Last run. No more after this. This time we're gonna get a triple. All right, we're gonna get a triple and we're gonna get one usable piece. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been farming this for the last like month and I haven't gotten a single piece. Not a single upgrade after a month of grinding for resin. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? All right, come on. I'm not gonna skip it. Because patience is a virtue. Because I mean, we only have one last one. I think we should just use it. What's the point of leaving just one sitting there? There's no point, right, chat? You guys don't find it convincing being like, you know, this is not satisfying. Walrus, give us one more. Like, okay. For chat, I'll do one more. I don't want to do it. I'm very reluctant, as you guys can see. I really don't want to do one more, but for chat, I know chat's practically begging me to do it. So for you guys, you see, I spoil you guys sometime. You know, you're my weakness, chat. I have to do it for you guys. Anyways, Oh. I always look at the substats first, so I got a little excited. I was like, okay, we can work with this if that's like maybe an elemental mastery up there. So we can maybe work with this on Huta, maybe hopefully roll a crit damage. And then I saw defense and I'm just like, bro, oh, come on. No. We're done. Ah, god damn it. But yeah, we're gonna record a video. No. We are good. Right, chat? We're doing good. Now, the keen of you guys might be wondering, Walrus, what's up with your BP? If this was you last patch, you would already be halfway, if not already almost done with the BP. Well, you know, this patch, the events are kind of duke. I'm not that excited for it, so I'm skipping most of it. That's how I play this game. If I have fun events, if I have patches that I really enjoy, I'll get the BP, I'll have fun, I'll play the game. If I have patches that just feel kind of uninteresting, I'm gonna skip. But it's time to talk about Mika. Now, who better to be our host to talk about Mika than Eula? Actually, we'll bring in all the physical DPS characters, right? Bring in Eula. bring in Fischl, right? Bring in Kaching. Where is Kaching? Excuse me? Oh, she's up here. Who is another physical? Razor, right? Like, oh my god, Razor. The Razor mains. Oh. Here you go. Hey! Physical main DPS is Gather. Right? Let's make this video. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Mika. Let's talk about physical care. Let's talk about the Copium. Let's talk about all of this in today's video, as well as tying it all together to the future. Okay, let's get started. Stop everyone, welcome to another video, and today we have another video. We're talking a little bit about the Copiums here. Now, the vast majority of you may have come across videos or discussions or topics or forums talking about Mika, talking about Eula, talking about physical DPS in general, Shatter, whatnot, Superconduct, needs a buff, all the sorts. But today we're going to kind of be consolidating them. I've made a video talking about Mika, my brutal honest truth, what I think about Mika. I've made videos talking about Mika Eula synergy and all that stuff, but today we're talking about this whole Copium situation. This doesn't just pertain to Mika, he's just the most recent example of this. Now, let's dial the clock back. Dial it back, maybe to what, a year from now ago, chat? Like, how long was it ago? To a reminiscent of a character that also caught our attention. And I'll even argue that the character I'm about to tell you guys right now caught our attention far more than Mika has. And the Copium for that character, now in hindsight, was just absolutely absurd, because statistics does show that this character fell off a cliff harder than Venti did after drinking 3 pints, of pure 100% alcohol. And the character I'm trying to really picture for you guys is Hazel. Yeah, I know, take a second, let it sink in. Do you guys remember when Hazel first came out, how many people were like, wow, this character is revolutionary, this character changes the game, I can't believe HoYoverse had something like this in their back pocket, this is going to be my most played character, I'm going to main Hazel, I am going to cosplay Hazel in my next anime adventures or like whatever convention that I go to. And now fast forward, the guy is almost never played. You know where Hazel is sitting in terms of usage, right? Yeah, that's right. Next to this guy. And I'm not even capping. He is literally sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder. They are so far down the usage list right now that they are basically non-existent characters, right? Out of 120,000 people on the CN server, what was it? 108 of them used Hazel in this Abyss. And if you want to check last Abyss, if I remember correctly, it was 87 or something like that. It was 80 something out of 120, 627,000 people. That hurts. That really hurts. And considering, like, we're not talking about Amber, we're not talking about Aloy, we're not talking about, Lisa, all these more basic characters that kind of were hand given to us. We're talking about a limited time 4-star. Well, maybe that's not quite right. We're talking about a 4-star that is kind of relatively new. His introduction to the game really brought about something that we have never seen. And I even asked chat if, get this, Scaramouche's kit was based off of Hazel, but like a 5-star kit of Hazel, meaning better scaling, more flashiness, well-designed lore, better and constellations that are catered towards 5-star development, dedicated 5-star weapon. And I was just kind of demonstrating, just try to picture how much more cool Scaramouche could have been if he kind of like punches with like these Air Force punches and then punches you away. And then he opens his palms and then suck you back. and then that suction is kind of like AoE. So if he can fight groups of mobs, punch them away, dealing an instance of a Nemo damage, suck them back, and then punch them again in another instance of a Nemo damage. And maybe the elemental skill could have charges. Maybe there's 2 charges, get him to C1, then you have 3 charges, then you can punch him away, suck them back in, punch him away, suck him back in, and punch him away. It's just like, and you can like link it with combos, right? And for example, you don't need to punch him away then suck him. You can engage fights by sucking. It's just, okay, I just realized how many times I said the word suck them, but put your attention back onto the discussion. Try to picture a Scaramouche that is more of like a close combat, like boxing fighter type of deal, as opposed to, you know, this kind of weird sorcerer mage that flies around with like wind scythe slicing down. Now, I know if they made Scaramouche like that, it's going to be mighty difficult to sell Faruzan C6. Trust me, I understand that. But it's just like, my point here is, Hazel was such a well-designed character. You guys cannot deny that he was the most creative in terms of DPS archetypes that we have in the game. One of, not the most, but one of the more interesting ones. Yet, look where he is now. Pretty much ignored, forgotten. And I'm telling you this right now, the only reason Hazel is in the position where he is right now is because he's not integrated into the story as much as some of the other characters, as well as him not being a 5-star. Case in point, if Hazel was a 5-star and well integrated into the story with the same kit, exactly same kit, just scaled up to a 5-star, he would be wildly popular. He would have 30-40% usage rate even today. That character is amazing. He's just very boring and bland in terms of development, right? So now we look at Mika. Now, what even sparked this? You guys remember, Walrus? Like, where is this all coming from? It's coming from the fact that there's people right now who's defending Mika in topics, discussion forums where people are saying he's bad, right? People are like, oh, well, so technically he's not bad, right? It's just he's a attack speed buffer. You guys are trying to pair him with Eula. He's supposed to be paired with Yoimiya. And he's a huge buff to Yoimiya. Yoimiya got another buff, right? But if you actually closely examine the situation, it's like, wait a minute, that's not true. Yoimiya didn't get a buff, because Yoimiya right now is like Yoimiya, Xingqiu, or Yelan, right? Paired with Yunjin, paired with Zhongli, right? Or if you don't have Yunjin, you drop Yunjin for Bennett. Yoimiya is fine in that team, right? Who are you going to take out? You can't take out the Vaporize. That doesn't work. You can't really take out Zhongli because you really need a shielder. Yoimiya without a shooter, it doesn't matter what kind of buff you have going on. Like, it doesn't matter how fast you're attacking. If the mob so much as look at you the wrong way, she's going to be like, chuk, 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 and then she has to start from the beginning again. Yoimiya cannot be interrupted during her attack sequencing, and she has such a long attack sequence that it's just unreasonable to demand most players to play her without a shielder, unless you're some sort of god gamer that can weave the perfect windows of auto attacking. Just the fact you have to dodge after her like infusion, you're already losing DPS. It doesn't matter what Mika makes up in terms of attack speed, you're gonna lose it because you have to dodge enemies. It's just that plain and simple. So if you drop Zhongli to put Mika to make a point, you can make a point, but like your point is going to be skewed. Your point is actually going to be proved. Another point is the fact that Mika doesn't really add much because you're going to be losing DPS. In the same time frame, you're going to be losing DPS, right? And then we're going to do replace Bennett. Sure, like I think Bennett and Yunjin is the only character you can replace. Now, Bennett would make a better case example if you maybe have a higher constellation Mika. But Yunjin, you're going to take away Yunjin from a Yoimiya team. Not only Yunjin's buff, you're also going to be taking away, guess what? The Geo Resonance as well, right? You're going to put in Mika and you're going to lose the Geo Resonance. You take away Bennett, you also lose the Power Resonance. You lose a 25% attack bonus. What are you going to do with that, right? These are all things that are difficult for players to replace. So let's not kid ourselves for a second here and say Mika is the second coming of another, Yoimiya hype train. Mika, I'll reiterate this again, Mika doesn't really have a purpose yet. I honestly feel like Mika is designed for a physical DPS that also relies on attack speed. Hell, they can even scale off of attack speed. Have you guys seen a character in Genshin Impact that scales off of attack speed? oh, the more attack speed this character has, the more damage they deal, or something like that. The character doesn't exist. And that's why right now Mika, like if we're looking at him objectively, feels like he has no place where he belongs. He's a very awkward character to slot into many teams. His cryo application is kind of like yikes, to say the least, right? He generates an okay amount of particles, but his application for his buff is also weird as hell. So you say, okay, I'm going to pair him with Yoimiya, but you forgo all physical damage, and you can only really buff her. You forgo the physical damage buffing aspect of Mika's kit, and you only leverage attack speed for Yoimiya. Like, how can you like look at that and say that's okay, right? You need a character that is both physical attack and relies on attack speed. One example of that could be Fischl, right? Fischl actually can benefit a lot from having more attack speed. If you guys ever heard of Machine Gun Fischl, it's a thing. Check it up for yourselves. It's actually pretty damn crazy, right? But that's also a more niche way to play the game. You see, the thing also with Mika is if you want to get more attack bonus, you need to hit more enemies, right? You need to mark more enemies, I believe, with your elemental skill. I believe it goes up to 40% attack bonus if you mark, what was it, 4 enemies. Is it off the top of my head? Can't remember. But my point is, in a specific scenario where you gotta land 4, where you have to have at least 4 enemies around to get the maximum amount of bonus, so your characters can leverage that. It's a pretty tight window. So ideally, a character that can leverage that is a character that is close combat, that can hit multiple enemies with their hit. Guys, just think about it. For example, a bow character such as Fischl, she's only going to be hitting one character, right? Whereas the buffs you for like not a insane duration. It's by no means a long buff. So you want to be close. You don't want to have to run up to them either. You want to be close. You want to happen that instant, buff and unleash a flurry of attacks on the enemies and just get the job done fast. I'm telling you, it could in theory be a very satisfying play. It could in theory be a very satisfying playstyle. Think Kaching, but like on crack, right? Kaching is another good example. Physical Kaching could kind of play around with this. But what I'm thinking is a character that maybe their elemental skill infuses their attack, widens the attack, and strikes extremely fast, or their elemental skill summons like a Kagebunshin, right? Like a shadow clone that attacks with you, and they're both physical attacks, right? And that Mika's physical buff applies to you and your clone, give both of you attack bonuses, covers a huge wide AoE, hitting multiple enemies, and then you're just slicing and dicing them through physical damage. That could work. But right now, that type of character doesn't exist. So we should stop, huffing and puffing this copium juice and telling people, oh, but Mika, no, he's not, right? Let him go. Once his time comes back, we will revisit him, and who knows, right? Maybe I'll get on my knees and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong, Mika, right? But until then, let's all just relax and stop telling people that Mika is worth it and pulling him and like feeding into this FOMO, because right now you will be completely fine. Even if you're a Eula main, you're a Fischl physical main, you're a Kaching physical main, even if you're a Razor physical main, none of these characters can really fully utilize Mika. Okay? And once he comes back on the rerun with his 5-star character, pull for him then. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to really be telling people what to say, what not to say. I'm just trying to protect the people out there who are less knowledgeable when it comes to this stuff. I was talking to the chat, is that sometimes you probably aren't going after Mika, but you're trying to find justifications for pulling on maybe a Aika Shinhe banner. Being like, oh, Mika sounds pretty good, right, guys? I guess it wouldn't hurt, right? Getting this banner, pulling Mika preemptively, compare him with my Eula, compare him with my Kaching Fischl, whatever. Buff up my Yoimiya team, right? Attack speed, wow, amazing. People kind of buy into this kind of stuff and use it as justification for pulling on these banners. What I'm telling you guys is, you guys should honestly wait. This is not the right time to pull, right? This is really not the right time to pull. Next patch could potentially hold some pretty juicy stuff. I've made videos talking about it. If you guys want me to start preparing you guys for next patch, just let me know in the comments below. I can start looking into some stuff. I mean, the live stream is what, a week, 2 weeks away? It's coming up fairly soon. It wouldn't hurt to at least wait, right? The banner isn't going anywhere until its full duration ends. Give it some time. Let it cool. Don't buy into the CC, right? Don't buy into all the videos and the people posting about this stuff, the screenshots showcasing damage numbers. Just relax, right? Till next time, remember to stay safe. Peace, peace, and bye. Okay. Hopefully that's gonna help at least like 3 people. 3.6 is the only reason we are still playing. I mean, we have what? At this point, 5 months before Fontaine, right? Is it 5 months? Maybe 6 months, maybe half a year. Is it half a year? Augustus at Magnus says, I may grab Ayaka since she's good and fits on my Ganyu team. Yeah, that could work if you guys want to play Ayaka. Like if you were really dead set on Ayaka. Probably 5 months tops. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They usually do it like August, September, no? That's when they want. That's when they want it. They want to like time it. Honestly, I think it would make more sense to have big region drops during summer holiday. I think it just makes more sense to do it like that so people have more time to play. Imagine like you're a month into the school year for students, and then you're having to grind out like an hour a day for Genshin events because the major region has dropped. You have to explore the freaking thing and do all the events to save up for Primo Gems so you can actually summon and get the characters you want. It's just crazy. It's very hectic. Or maybe that's what people like. Yeah, you're in your finals and a region drops. That's right. You're like you're studying with your right hand and you're like you're doing the tap music event with your left hand and you're just like Your dad comes in the room, you freaking flip your phone so hard the screen breaks, and he's like, oh yes, the quadratic equation, yes, I'm just let me just take that square root of that and move it over here, x, y, z, yes, perfect, bada bing, bada boom. Oh hey dad, just working hard on my finals, right? And your dad is like, oh yeah, I need to borrow your phone. It's my phone. If that sounded a little too specific, never happened to me. No, never happened to me. Couldn't be me. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna end the stream here. Saturday is going to be, I think, an account review if the people respond. I haven't done account reviews in a while, but yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you guys Saturday. Actually, stay tuned for Honkai Star Rail videos because I actually do want to play that game. Wuthering Waves beta, if I can get in, or if I can borrow an account. I want to make videos about that. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I want to play Diablo 4. I don't know how many people in chat right now are even like what interested in Diablo 4, but I'm kind of interested in it. I might make 1 or 2 videos if I'm really into it, but there's a high chance I won't because I think I'm just gonna play it as a side game like I do with some other stuff. But yeah, just be on the be on the lookout if I make one. But I think Honkai Star Rail, I might go in as a complete free to play or just like a Welkin player, right? I don't want to be a Giga Whale in these new Hoiver's titles. Wuthering Wave, I don't know if I want to be a whale or I want to just stay free to play. We'll see about that. But these are the plans for the future. Oh my goodness, and there's also Blue Protocol when it comes up. There's so many games on the horizon that I want to cover. I might make a second channel. I might make like a Walrus second channel, something like that. But yeah, Diablo Immortal though. Yo, let's not talk about Diablo Immortal. I refuse to accept that as part of the Diablo franchise. To me, that game does not exist. Yeah, so we'll see. D4. I'll play it for some time. I'll play the open beta, and if I actually enjoy it, I'll make a video. If I don't enjoy it, just skip. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, I urge you all to stay safe. Peace, peace. Bye, bye.